Hello everybody. Welcome back to another video on the channel here. So, my name is Jordy and I am part of Spark Engine here, and hopefully you will be too. So, basically in our last video we set up a Discord bot. So if you haven't checked out that video, go and check it out first. Set up your bot, come back here. This is kind of the part 2 where we're going to be able to use vector storage to upload, PDFs, docx files, different files into a chat system that will then go into your Discord bot. So very interesting, cool stuff. In the last video, we covered a little bit about how we're using this system to basically, well, there's the chatbot function, image generation, video generation, and search query the web, right? For this one, we're going to be learning a little bit about this. So how we're going to use Spark Engine, this AI sandbox that we have, to create an entire vector storage system where you're able to call information from your files through Discord using a /docs command. So a little bit about the system first is when you have this Discord bot, and we're going to post that GitHub repo again in the description. There's a guide on there how to set it up too. There's also a blog post that might offer some information, and we do have the template files for this project you're seeing right now. If you actually go into the project that you'll clone from GitHub, you'll see here that we have the first SBK, which is the Spark file, and the with docs, which is this tutorial here. And that's going to be at the root of the GitHub repo you're going to be cloning in the last video, right? So just before we begin there, let's say, just keep in mind this folder here, if you go to the underscore commands file here, this is actually going to be like that. So the thing is you want to go into this file, and you just want to get rid of those 2 lines and bring it in, because the docs for the first tutorial, though it's the same source, we didn't include it, right? Because we don't want to complicate things. But for this, you just want to comment it, right? So there you go. But if we go back to here, we're going to see how this system works, interacts, and then how do we upload files into this thing, right? So that we're able to call docs, call your PDFs, etc., and have an AI relay all the information, right? So here we go. Basically, this is a no-code engine for building the most advanced AI systems possible at the moment. Think of it like a AI to AI communication engine sort of thing, right? We have these different nodes. You have the multi-condition keywords node. So it's going to take these different keywords, and depending on if that keyword is found, it'll choose the right path in the flow when you enter your input, right? Essentially, when you have those slash commands, it'll automatically translate into these, right? And that's how the system picks it up. So we're going to jump actually down to the docs. So when it finds the docs command, it's actually going to delete that from the user's input from the message. The next thing it's going to do is it's going to search the storage with the ID. So we're in the storage here. It's right up here though. Thing is this is where you're going to be making these storage containers, right? So if I create a new table for an example, and what we can do is do images or files and vectors of the type of container it's going to be, right? I'm going to do that, and then example here. So we have this entire micro mini database that can go inside your projects here on Spark Engine. And you're going to see here how phenomenal it is to get information out of this, right? So if I show you here, we have all these rows, and they're actually each of our nodes. This is the documentation on Spark Engine itself that you can call out to through our Discord. And essentially, we have all different types of nodes here. We even have some of the providers, right, like Cohere for different models, right, that they have, which is really, really cool. Essentially, how it works is you have these embeddings, these vector embeddings. and they're like coordinates. So if I go back here, essentially what happens is you have the storage ID, you can get it back here and copy it, and then you can use the chunks of how many rows it should return, but it's going to take the user's input and then make an embedding and semantically search and say, okay, which is the most likely, which fits the best, which is the most similar, and it'll return those three chunks, which is then fed to the agent here, and then it summarizes based on the user's query, and then we have an output node, and that outputs. It'll output on here. Here's a little example that we did, right? Finding Mistral models. So you can do a lot with this. So if you have information about your company, about your business, about your server even, whatever it may be, you can then chat with files, right? Or have users chat with your files, I should say, right? So really brilliant. We're going to go and try this out now in Discord. So here we are in Discord. We're going to, let's say, do /docs, right? And then what we're going to do next is say, tell me about the agent node. And this is the primary node on the platform. It's responsible for all the models, really, when it comes to just responses. And you can kind of build onto these agents, web search, calling different things, etc., etc. Here is quite fast, just came back with the agent node, shows you all the different stuff that it has. You can go into further information about it, etc., etc. Really great, really lovely. I'm trying to keep this video short though, guys, so see you guys soon. In the next video, we'll probably do another part when we're ready to integrate music generation into this thing as well. But there's a lot you can do. So much with Spark Engine. And we're coming out with a lot of new stuff every single day, new integrations, right? So if you guys stay tuned, drop a thumbs up, join the Discord if you need some help, and thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys soon.